Hello there everyone, and welcome back for another Trinity Stamps video. I'm Cassie. Today we're going to be making a very simple Christmas card that would be very easily replicated. But before we do that, let's talk about what we're using. I have the brand new Merry Christmas die. It's nice and big, and we're going to make an A7, so it'll be perfect on that. I also have this older stencil called the Ribbon Wrapped Tree Stencil. It's one of my favorites. I love using this one. It's so pretty and elegant, and we are going to really make a nice card. And then we also have this classic Christmas mix along with our other tools here that we'll talk about as we get to them. So I'm going to cut my piece of paper down to be 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. So it's going to be slightly smaller than a 5 by 7 card front, which would be an A7. And this stencil fits perfectly on that. So I'm going to line this up on my glass mat. You can see it's perfect for all sorts of card sizes. And then I'm going to bring in this Pear Blossom Press ruler. It's amazing because it's going to help me get that stencil centered. So this one is specifically for A7 cards. There is one for A2 cards, but this one's specifically for A7. And so I'm just going to mark that. And since my glass mat is magnetic, I'll put those magnets down so I can hold my stencil in place. And then because this stencil does have some open spaces that I don't trust myself not to get ink in, I am going to use some mint tape just to cover up a couple of those spots, and my magnets can do the rest. So this tree is going to be green. I did make 3 other cards, and you'll see those at the end. But this one is going to be green. And we're bringing in our blending buddy, and I've got my ink. That is the Later Gator ink from Simon Hurley Create, and I am just blending that color, kind of coming in from the edges and bringing it into the center. And this is the first part of the stencil. This is a 2-step stencil. I'm going to wipe away this part right here because I do need to use that part for more of that mint tape, and the tape won't stick to the ink. So I flipped that over, and it's pretty easy to line up. You just kind of line up your edges. And then I'm going to put my tape back down because everything is already centered and ready. I do need to add some mint tape to the bottom just because that's an open space. And once again, I don't trust myself not to get ink in some of those areas. I do end up transferring a tiny bit of ink, but I'm going to use a sand eraser to get rid of it. So you'll never know. All right, now we'll just blend on here. And it's going to make the areas where they overlap a little bit darker. And I'm not going real heavy-handed. I want it to be a little bit lighter on the inside. So I'm just blending that color on there. And when I pull this away, it's going to look like a 3D ribbon. It's so cool. I love how simple the idea of this stencil is. And then you pull this away, and it's beautiful. It just gives it that 3D look. So we'll pull all of our mint tape away, and then we can pull our stencil away and clean that off later. But take a look at that. How neat is that? A beautiful 3D Christmas tree that looks like a ribbon. All right, now we're going to move on to doing our sentiment. I'm going to bring in my little die cutting machine, and I'm using a magic magnetic mat, and that just holds those dies in place. So I'll do the shadow out of some vellum from Trinity Stamps, and then I'm going to use the words Merry Christmas. That's going to be die cut out of some black cardstock. Now this is a magnetic mat, but because this is an intricate die, I am going to use a little bit of mint tape just to hold everything in place. Just basically to hold the die on the paper. And that way when I roll it back and forth, I don't have to worry about the die shifting at all. The magnet does a pretty good job of holding it in place, but that tape will just hold the die to the paper. So when I pull this away, you're going to have this beautiful scripted Merry Christmas. And then we're going to just carefully take everything out of there because it is a scripted word. And we don't want to lose any of our pieces. There is the word Merry and the word Christmas. And then there's also the top of the eye. So we're going to poke that out so we don't lose it. And then we'll get our word Merry ready to go. Now we're going to use some reverse tweezers and flip it over, and we'll use some liquid glue, a very fine-tipped liquid glue, to adhere this down to the front of our vellum. Now, if you had a sticker machine, I do have one, but I don't have a big enough one. If you had a sticker machine that was bigger than the 2 inches, you could not only put tape behind your whole scripted word, but you could also do it on each of your words as well. So you could put it on the vellum and you could put it on the Merry Christmas. It would the 2-inch one that I do have would probably work for the Merry and the Christmas, but it definitely would not have worked to put my whole shadow through. So that's another way that you can adhere your Merry Christmas down. The reason you need to be careful with your glue is because it's vellum, and vellum's going to show any little adhesive mistake. Believe me, I had that with a couple of them that I made, and it's okay. It's not like it's that big of a deal, but just like on this, I'm flipping this over and I'm only putting glue on the bigger parts of the word. You don't want to put it all over the back, because everywhere you put that glue, if it seeps through, it's going to show. It's not as big of a deal if it kind of seeps underneath each of those letters, but if you were just to slap some glue on the back of that, it's going to look pretty rough. So I'm sticking that down, making sure that's fairly centered. And this is when I noticed I had a little green smudge, so I bring in my sand eraser, and then I'm going to bring in my red panel. I cut my red panel down to be 5 by 7 inches, so that's the full front of that A7 card. So I'm going to glue down this panel to the front of the red panel, and we'll have a nice red border all the way around that, tying in those Christmas colors. And then I have my base, which I cut down to be 10 inches by 7 inches, and I'm going to score it at 5 inches. So we'll just use our Teflon bone folder to make sure that everything is nice and creased. And then we can glue our panel down to our base. Now, you'll see in the end that I did make 4 cards. I used different colors for each one. And so you can go with the non-traditional Christmas colors for this one. You can go with the traditional like I did. But I just had so much fun making cards. And it's easy to replicate. That's why I think I like this one. If you're needing several cards and you need something fairly simple and an easy mailer, this is the way to do it. I did bring in, like I said earlier, the classic Christmas mix. And I do love these mixes. So they have various colors of green, and there's some red, there's clear, there's even stars in here, which is why I love this one so much. And so I'm just going to be very generous with how I put those around. And I'll use this same mix on one of the other cards that I made. And then I'm going to have linked down below the other mixes that I used for the other cards. So I mixed my own. I brought in some different flat back sequins that I had that were perfect for the colors that I chose. And so you can easily, like I said, mix and match. It's super fun. And I love this one. Oh my gosh, I just love how this turned out. It's so elegant and pretty, and it still has that flash with your embellishments, which is, even more fun. And there's stars on it, and that 3D look. I just can't get over that this one didn't take me very long at all to make. So that's my card. I mean, that's it. It's a 5 by 7 easy mailer, simple to make. And here are the 3 other cards I made. So I did make one in red, a red tree with a green background, and then I made turquoise and pink ones. And so, I'm so happy with how all these turned out. And I would love to know what you think. So if you want to leave a comment down in the comment section down below, let me know what you think. If you like this video, hit that like button. Definitely consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. And be sure to check out all that Trinity Stamps has going on over on their blog, Facebook page, and Instagram for more crafty inspiration. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you soon.